Hey, I'm Stuart Drahota with DPR Construction. We're here in Orlando, Florida at the UCF College of Nursing project. Welcome to the site visit. Underground utilities and as-builting are two major challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis. This is an industry problem. You know, you got someone out in the field with plans. They're looking around, trying to locate where they are. They're following their finger. They're like, oh, there's a monument, there's a light pole. Like, oh, I think I'm here. Like, all right, we're gonna dig here. We hit something, shuts down the job, schedule delays, cost to repair. People can get hurt or killed. We got something underground here, we don't know where it is, but we need to know because we're putting something else in place, right?
What we were doing before, which is, okay, you have a soft dig, but you have a guy that's spotting and he's down there, and you're trying to find tape that's a foot above a line. So you're depending on something that was done 20 years ago by the guy that said, I've been doing this for 20 years, this is how you do it. It's a guessing game. I'm giving the guy with the shovel the ability to say, hey, there's something here, I don't feel safe, we need to do something different.
Those manual dig boards will be put in a corner of a job site and really no one uses day to day. Switching it to a digital dig board will be more handy rather than a dig board that is not used by everyone. I prefer digital dig board will be used by everyone since it is on your phone and you don't need any special device to use it.
It makes them a little more confident to dig, and they're not relying on having their survey guy that they have to set up to come out. It makes their life easier, it makes it a little more efficient.
I flew the drone every day, literally every day while the underground work was happening so that we were able to capture all the open trenches and stuff. Once we uploaded to DroneDeploy, we used the annotations tools and mark all the open trenches, and we used our surveyor to capture the installed elevation, and we entered those elevation in DroneDeploy. Whenever we walk with our phones and see an open trench, the GPS should be able to spot that we are in the same location so that we can, figure out there is something here and we should not do a hard dig there.
The value of the board was you want a central location that we can actually have a meeting with people, show anybody that does show up, like this is how this process works, because it's still the same thing. I can still upload from here, still populate, add comments. This is what you can do on your phone. And part of our orientation is talking through our dig board process and the dig process required on the site for DPR. Basically taking real-time information from here, it's going to show the exact same thing on their phone. So kind of like proof in the pudding of, hey, this is accurate and this is all showing up what we're doing. Nobody puts a shovel in the ground. Nobody does any digging without a pin being in place and a permit filled out. And we've used that to actually locate light pole bases that got covered up. Made life a lot easier than trying to dig through and try and find something.
Even if they don't have credentials, they can literally sign in and view the site. I'd say, consumption went up at least 50%. It's really allowed, not just these office people to use it, it's allowed the field, the craft, for them to all use the platform, which is a huge win in my book.
We started with the primary duck bank, which went along Lake Nona Boulevard, and that's when I first used DroneDeploy, which I ended up loving. I can go back and see where I was at each day. I've been here since March, so I can go back and look, all right, what did I do on April 10th? I could see where the building was, and then I could also overlap our prints onto DroneDeploy, and I can see where I'm at in that room.
I have got so much on my plate, and as the superintendent and the industry changing, there's so many things that get asked of you and so many responsibilities that you have. This made my life so much simpler.
We're trying to solve a problem that's been an issue for decades. This isn't a magic bullet that's going to solve everything. It's not a one-click easy button that's going to make our lives easier. It's about committing to a process, having people take ownership and being accountable, and then actually getting out there and doing our jobs. We appreciate you coming out with us to our UCF College of Nursing project. It's been fun having you. One of our mottos at DPR is ever forward. And so what we're trying to do out here with these dig boards, we're trying to change the industry. We hope that you take something away, and we'll see you next time.